I was born rich where poverty was king. I only feel happy when I hear the church choir sing. Sadness wrap itself around me like a ring, and daily hunger pierces my starving stomach like the bee stings. My parents kept struggling to put food on our table. I had to drop out of school, the income was unstable. And every night I prayed and cried till I fell asleep. I was so broken, and sometimes I felt God was asleep. I shamelessly took to the street, hawking my body like a cheap basket of mangoes. And everywhere a lustful man goes, you could easily spot me, wearing a short, skimpy sweat skirt. Some called me a prostitute, but I was nothing but a helpless destitute. I could barely spell the word church. I was too faithless to be faithful, numb and dumb to whatsoever the preacher preached. So I remained man play tool and a playful. From sunrise to sunset, I was always busy like an actress on set, hopping from one car to another, from one hotel to the other. Alcohol was my best conceal, and cigarettes always set me in order. I used addiction to cover my regrets and bitterness, battling inner demons, fighting outer emptiness. I was totally trapped within this pit of darkness, and if only I could get a drop of God's oil of gladness. But no. You see, my absence was always felt at home. Mom called, prayed and pleaded for me to come. But I was so wrong to be right. I was too blinded to see the light, so I took a big turn out of God's side. You see, I was a prostitute. I gave other prostitutes lessons on how to prostitute. Potiphar's wife and Delilah, they were learners where I stood. I was the exact woman that Proverbs 5 talks about until I got saved. Like Saul on his way to Damascus, the Lord had me arrested. God lifted up my burden, so I rested. The dark clouds hovering over me was lifted, and my poor yearning soul is gifted, so now I can taste and see that God is good. I dine in glory, eating psalms and praises for food. I'm always in His presence. Worship is my mood. Ayomide, my joy has come. My joy has come. And as the King comes, He's bringing so much joy. The King is bringing peace. The King is bringing fulfillment. I pray you be ready to receive Him. But you can only receive Him when you know who you are. Yes. Mama said that only kings receive kings. But I need you to know that you are a city upon a hill, firm and indestructible, let nothing shield you. More than fire, your light is unquenchable, let it guide you. You're a warrior, courageous and unbeatable, like an eagle soar beyond little and limit. You are an athlete, determined to reach the finish line. You have the fire in your feet, speed and strength combined. Your purpose is defined. Do not drown in the muddy waters of depression, but swim towards grace and greatness. Break out of your limitation because you are loved. You are forgiven. You are attractive. You're beautiful. You are enough. You are God's favorite painting. You have the DNA of Christ in you. You are a light. You are a star. So shine, glow, and shine. Because you have grace. God has given you so much grace. You don't know, but you have so much grace. See, I know you must have heard about grace. Several definitions of grace. You must have heard people talk about grace, but you need to know grace for yourself because you have this grace available for you. Don't say you don't have anybody. Don't say you're alone. Don't say you don't even know how to start, because you have it. See, grace. She's not a young, sexy, slim model in fitted jeans pacing seductively on the runways of your mind's eye, or the quiet girl in long skirt that live with her family on the village outskirts, today in church, tomorrow and next the same. No. You see, Grace is an outcast. She's not from your tribe, so she is not your sister. She is not food, you cannot eat her. But Grace is like water, she quenches your thirst. She's that tiny light that sparkles when all you have is deep darkness. The last minute goal before the referee blows the whistle. The warm hand that wakes you up every morning, and the same hands that wrap you safe even in the middle of a car crash. See, Grace is blind. She doesn't go for the most beautiful, for her feet still finds the right part. She's the mother of second chance, little one that she bubbles with life. She can shoot you from grass to grace. She comes with many arrows. See, grace is well punctuated. Pronounce her well. She is quite early. She can be a comma. Taking many lives out of coma. Even when you have seen full stop, she is an exclamation mark. Yes. Wow. Quite a surprise, yeah? You see, grace is the alphabet. She can be letter U and letter I. Grace is a mother. We are her offsprings. Grace is a company and we are all her product. Because grace is more than the alphabet. She is you and she is I standing here. Grace is a mother. You and I are her offsprings. And grace is a company. And if I tell you don't know what you are, you're a product of God's divine grace. Yes. So when next somebody asks you who you are, tell them. Tell them because you know grace, you found grace, you felt grace, you hear grace, and you are a living testimony of God's grace. Because see, sometimes we are afraid to tell the world who we are. So they tell you a definition of who you are. You say, yes, you take it. Boast in it. There's nothing wrong in boasting in who you are. After all, the world boasts of who they are daily and you accept it. So why don't you boast a little? Yes. See, every time I am asked, who am I? With a deep breath of humility, I stoop low in order not to sound high or proud. But today, let it be known to all humanity that I am God's right hand. The very one He used in creation. Comprehend me fully when you stand. I am God's perfect reflection. I am the well from which Solomon drew his wisdom. The story many tell when they're welcome into Christ's kingdom. I am Esther's courage that saved her people from the king's race. Ask the walls of Jericho, they fell at my trumpet's echo. I am the handwriting on the wall that made King Belshazzar shiver. Like Samuel, when I heard God's call, I came forth and He named me Diva. Like the last words of Christ on the cross, I am fantastically flawless. And as swiftly as the fox, I leave the devil clueless. I am the chord on which David played to calm the evil spirit in Saul. I am too expensive to be abused. Ask Christ, He paid the price in full. Yes, I am the healing Elijah that made the dry bones to rise again. Like myrrh filled within a jar, I am the fragrance that comes with the rain. I'm the voice of John the Baptist, creating path in arid desert. More than just a spoken word artist, I am a warrior, and my weapon is this art. I am the meaning in every parable. Like the healing within the palms of Jesus. Ask the unfallible, for I know He made me. So when next you want to address me, remember to add God's grace ambassador. His workmanship and progeny, the masterpiece He adores. For I am the secret hidden in Proverbs 31. The muse behind Psalm 121. Yes, I am patience, Agada. And the fruit of the Spirit is what Agada. WordsDiva speaks.